welcome to another edition of Pan Group Productions, Pan a la Carte. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you get live stream. And on Wednesdays, you get the number one talk show, Players Only, featuring Mr. Noel La Pierre. Sit back and relax. Let's go!
Yeah. We are here, Players Only, on Pan a la Carte, with yours truly, Noel La Pierre. Today's guest is a special one. We're going to bring to you, today is his birthday, celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday to one and only my father, Earl La Pierre Sr. Welcome to Players Only Pan a la Carte. What's up?
You're loud and clear. Thanks for the birthday greetings, Noel.
Yeah, man. Nice, man. So how you spending it? What you doing?
Boy, we having a sort of rain. It's only rain we have in here. So you can't go nowhere really, actually.
All right, but you have a blessed one. I
would have a blessed one, yes.
Yes, give thanks. Well, we have been, this program is an overdue program. I've gotten a lot of calls, right? So when you're doing your father, boy, when you're interviewing your father.
Jesus.
But, right, so everything that's happened for its time, right? And this is the most appropriate time to say happy birthday, right? From yours truly, your son here, right? And my brothers, and sisters, we want to say happy birthday to you. May God continue to bless you.
Thanks for the greetings. Thank you.
All right. And as we get into the show, it's nothing really, it's just about you. This is your time to let everybody, the world know Earl La Pierre Sr., because what we're going to realize is that plenty of the young players don't know plenty of the senior players or plenty of the senior contributors. So this is a platform, players only, for them to understand and get the history and the knowledge about how we reached to where we are now. A lot of things that's happened, a lot of development. Panorama was in 1963, right? So we want you to fill in the dots where Earl La Pierre is concerned. So the floor is yours. Let me start from the little boy who ran away or whatever you did. However, yes, who was the first mentor? So there we go. Give us your background.
Oh God, this is a heavy background. This background is going to be serious. In my times, as living in Woodbrook, and the band in Woodbrook was like invaders. My family, my stepfather, everybody was invaders. My mom is an invader. So we all were invaders, and like at my age at that time, I couldn't be going pan yard and playing no pan and all that. It's considered, hey, come off that pan, boy. Hey, they run me off that pan. I used to get a little tap and clout and thing from pan players, the elders. They had the elders in those days, when they have a pan, they would put their girlfriend name on the pan, sweet this and sweet that, sweet Wendy, sweet. The pan used to have a name. So you can't just go and play a man pan just like that. But have you your name and you playing my pan? You can't just come and play my pan just so. So we had a little discipline in that. We couldn't just go on anybody's pan and play like that. At my age and at that time in Trinidad, they had young people I see was now started. When I started playing pan, that young players now getting in there like Winston, Philip, Ray Holman, they just started. David Whitey Davis, Whitey David, one kind of guys like that. The whole Woodbrook youths started to play pan almost at the same time. I can't remember the year. But that group of players with Ray Holman, we used to call him Moutaby, Winston Phillip. Emmanuel Riley was our mentor. Everybody wanted a song like Jack. He was his solo man. Everybody wanted a song like Emmanuel Riley. So, and Jack was my friend because my mother showed me how to do something called Saint Bead. You ever hear about that, Noah?
No.
Saint Bead, like invaders and all these big bands used to play Indian, right? And there's a sort of beads. They used to do that kind of a pattern. They call it Saint Bead. And mommy showed me how to do that. And Jack wanted somebody to do that for him. Because Jack used to bend wire, not only beat pan, he used to bend wire and make costumes and different. He was a real mass man. Emmanuel Riley was a mass man. He used to build all these kind of costumes and things. And he realized I could Saint Bead. He was my friend. He as a little boy, he had me. He was mentoring me, not in the pan way, not in a pan way, but mentoring me as a friend. Because I could have seen beat and I'm doing it for him free, and that was a good thing to do something for somebody free, and I was glad to do something for him.
Right,
so right. Being a pan man around the invaders people. My stepfather was a heavy invaders. Douglas. He was a we used to call him Douglas. He was a
Hubert Peters.
yes,
Skip.
yes. Hubert Peters, yes, Skip, yeah. So the pan was around me, and he wanted me to play pan too. You know, he was happy that I used to pick up the pan, but I had to pick up his pan and ask him first. I can't just go and pick up the pan like that. He used to be under the bed, and I'd ask him, "Can I just check your pan and play a little thing on it?" He would say yes. I can't just go and play it like that. No, nah, I cannot do that. I wasn't allowed to do those sort of things. As a young person growing up, no. I can remember when Ray started to play pan for the first time on Anna Street. They found a set of old pan and they just coming up and on the track. They're in Woodboard alleys where it's such old garbage thing. And Ray and them up and down the alley, the beaten pan. They just found them old pan. I don't know where they find it, but I know when I told Ray that, he said, "But you remember that?" I said, "I remember that." I couldn't go. I was not allowed.
Right. You was not allowed.
No, they were QRC boys, man. I couldn't, I was just a little boy in the block, they were boys. I couldn't just go and hang with them like that, no. But Ray remember my mommy. He's always talk about my mommy and those times when he first started. He was so glad that somebody remembered that. I remember how he started to play pan in the alley. They found a whole set of pan about 8
So Heidi was hiding in the alley or what? What was he doing in the alley?
They couldn't go on the main road. They just couldn't go on the main road. And the alley was what used to be in the alley. The alley was an Anna Street in that area. It was clean. A clean alley. It wasn't like a ragamuffin alley. It was a nice clean thing. And they used to be going up and down the alley playing the pan and thing, little melodies. And that's how I know of Ray Holman. That's how he started off.
All right. So what? So wait, they skip a little part there, you know?
How?
So what age so you started to touch that part?
When I you know something, I started late, very, very, very late, because it was mostly like the guys from QRC and CIC was playing pan at that level with the elders, invaders elders. It was mostly QRC guys. Monty Williams and these guys were playing pan then. It wasn't like me. Nobody knew that more me. They know you would stepchild or that kind of thing, you know. But they didn't know me or that kind of thing. But I started taking chances. I used to run away, do my little thing, go to Panya there and do my little thing, and mommy get to find out and thing. I get a little clout here and there. It's a bad job, and it's in the bad job, mini Panya, I get a little clout here, you know. Ringers and all that, you get your ringers. But that didn't stop. I got a lot of that. I got a lot of ringers and clout. But when I passed in by the Panya, I wasn't allowed to like look in. Why you looking in there? Wait, she looking there? That kind of thing. It was easy.
So how you mean? Why you could not look in there?
Oh, no, you didn't know. It's bad people inside there. Boy, the pan them days was outcast. You know, they were considered bad people, outcast, gang related. And,
right.
Yeah, they were gang related. So I couldn't just pass and look in. No way could I look inside of there. I had to put my head straight away. It wasn't easy. You had it easy. You had it easy, but you were all around us, all the pan players that come and hang up by Picton Street corner.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah, I remember everybody playing pan. I remember everybody playing.
Everybody. And everybody know you do it. Boom.
Yes, boom. And once you call me that name, your hat was to be from that time. If nobody don't know that name, so
boom.
Boom. You understand? Yeah, it's old school.
Cattle.
Yes.
Boom.
Cattle. Edwin.
You know.
Right? They will call me Boom. Dickie. Right? Yes. These are people. These are names we call in who was old invaders. They're passed on now, but they paid a good contribution to my growing up because I had no friends other than my father friends when I started play pan. So I grew up with these big men. Right? So I didn't grow up with my age group. Because I was in the pioneer all the time, and these guys.
Plus, your uncle was a youth too.
Yeah, right. And then these guys, they never led me wrong. They never led me astray, and never encouraged me in anything. They straight up, you know. So that is one thing I want to say that growing up, your friends, those guys, always respect them. Always respect them. Always.
One thing, my friends, my elders, friends, is always talk about my children. Which is like Noel and Jimmy. That you have a lot of respect for all the elders. All the elders talk highly about all of you guys. All my friend elders talk highly about all of you guys. I haven't heard a bad thing about none of my children from my elder. They always say, hey boy,
No.
the boys and them doing good, boy. That boy, they always talking nice about the youths.
No, you had to respect your elders. You had to know them too. And this is
Yeah. I don't know
yeah,
them,
you know, right?
yeah.
Because look at some weeks ago, I had Telemac on season 1, and he talked about Neville Jules being a guy he was playing the iron, and a guy snatched it from him. You know, it was so embarrassing and it hurt him. You know, right? And he also and he also go and talk. So Clyde went and talked to the youth, and the youth went and apologized and stuff. You know, so plenty of them don't know who is who. All right, so when we call in names people, these people has contributed tremendously to the development of the art form in so many different ways that we don't even pay attention to. You know? So anyways, we're moving on.
We come to a good era, you know. Our thing with Pan, we had it nice. We had the Ellie Manet, we had the Emmanuel Riley, we had all them kind of Ray Holman, Splav. We had good Pan players on Baby Pierre from Metronomes. I end up being I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm gonna tell you after seeing all my friends in Invaders, I wanted to play in a band, and I ended up playing in a band on Woodford Street named Gale Stars at David Edwards.
David Edwards band is still I
end up in that Gale Stars band. I went to Auntie K and win all them prizes in Auntie K. Every first prize is me and David. I win 1 week, he win the next week. We had the doctor science every week. One of we used to win Auntie K. So
man,
that
Mr. Edwards doesn't pass me no way, you know.
Boy, you
he
always
doesn't
ask
pass
for
me
something.
No way. Yes.
For something. He's a nice guy. You know, go ahead.
He's still jamming. He had a little band. Well, Christmas used to do a little thing here, there, but I don't know what's going on with him lately. Right, but he's a old school that has been jamming for many years.
His band is still up. His band is still trying. Invite me to come and hear them somewhere down by on the avenue for right after Panorama. They were playing on the Carnival Sunday on the avenue, and he invited me to come. I never went because I know David has always invited somebody. Come on, hear the band. Come on, hear the band. When they go in,
yes, I run into him a couple times, man. He's still trying and willing. Yes.
He's always trying. Yes. And after that, I went across to Picton Street, where I used to hang in Picton Street from Woodbrook to Woodford Street to Picton Street, where we had metronomes. And metronomes was like Justin Pierre, Baby Pierre, Justin Pierre brother, which is Gaston Pierre, and then the little band side up by Warner Street and Picton Street corner there. Nice band. That they teach me a lot. I learned a lot from that little band called Metronomes, from the Pierres, from Baby Pierre and his sister Justin Pierre and stuff. They taught me a lot. So musically, that is where my music came from. Wanting to arrange, I always wanted to arrange, and I started arranging in there for the youths like my friend like Bertram, Ken Huggins, and these guys. They used to play in band. We had a little band called Hellions. You know about that band?
Yes, this guy can't talk about Hellions.
We had a little group called Hellions, boy. We used to be jamming up the road there, jamming by So there was metronomes and Hellions in the same yard. And from that, I move on. When we came second in the festival, metronomes, after Panam came first with Voices of Spring, metronome was a force to reckon with. People say, this little band from Picton Street, nobody knew about metronomes at all, and we came second. But we beat Panam. We beat them with the choice of song. We played Romance, and they played Voices of Spring. We won that category, and they beat us with the test piece. They beat us bad with the test piece, man. And Panam put up some music. So when they beat you real bad, you know. They don't beat you easy, they just beat you bad. So Panam was the kind of band we all respected, and the second place band in Trinidad. And after I started hanging out with the Invaders, and I ended up in the Invaders, that is where it started. I did my first song, Concerto in A. And here early. Wait, you guys still get arranged? I said, let me give a chance now. He said, all right, I give you a chance, Concerto in A. And I did that. The band went.
So who chose this song? Who would choose this song? He or you like it?
I choose some because I'm really in the classics, you know. I was a
Oh, okay.
classical fanatic from Justin Pierre and Baby Pierre and that kind of era. It's only
See.
classics to be dealing with, a lot of classics. And I choose the song. We went in town, bam, we did all right. So I make it as a youth. I was the youngest arranger, you know. I don't know if my children know that I was the youngest arranger at
I
that
know
time.
you start at 16. That is all I know.
Eh,
I didn't know I was
Where?
the youngest. 16. I was 16 years old.
I was the
That-
youngest arranger boy. And I did well.
So let me talk about that water music now. Because I see a
what-
picture surface on Pan Max there with you in
Yes.
Woodford Square with
Yes.
with Mr. Bailey and I think the mayor.
The mayor. What was the
Yeah.
mayor name in them days? No, you could remember his name.
Who? The mayor's
mayor.
name?
Yeah.
But I was you know how old I was then? I was about 6 years old or less.
We just hang out with the big boys.
Yeah, nah.
But you were there?
Huh?
You didn't go to this thing in the square?
No, Ollie didn't let me go to that. Ollie leave me home.
No, we couldn't leave you home, so everybody went.
But you saw what people was in that square?
Boy,
Ollie leave me home.
that whole square was full. It was
Yeah,
Silver
Ollie leave me home.
third, Silver Stars third, Invaders second, and Desperados first with the Triple Crown.
So I hear talk about that you all lost because you all didn't have a banner or a sign or something. So come second.
Always something happened to Invaders. Always something. No, we got the jamming, eh? No, when was doing water music, handles water music in the panyard, Elif, I didn't like that song at all. So he said, take off the light on me and all that, man. That man running in the dark, out in the yard in the darkness, but he said, put out the plug and all that, man. He gave us a hard time learning that song. And the song went in tongue and play a mass.
See,
So the judge, people who were judging was at the corner, I think Prince Street, Prince and Fraser Street, upstairs, the other place there. They were judging and they say, wait, what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song? Nobody they didn't have no banner, couldn't tell them what the name of the song. And Francis Wickham went and get a piece of cardboard and write the name of the song and it water music. That's
Wow.
how they know that's how that happened there. They say we lost because we didn't have a banner. But that Desperados was kind of tough to beat that year because they had Triple Crown. They just went panorama. They had Zadas with the song. And we played well, and it was a shocking to know Invaders could have come on the road playing a song like that, handle water music. Normally it would be Liver Strom or some little voice and chorus song or something. But they said that year we had the handle water music was great.
lovely.
We came second, and when in the square, you see in the square that picture you saw by Max. When we got that trophy and we bring it in the panel, first man to take the trophy from where? T. Elifado. Take the trophy.
Wait there. The same man was taking out the light.
The same man who didn't like the song at all. Had the trophy taken inside. Never see it again. Never see that trophy again. But
Yeah, T. I remember him. I remember him good. He was good to me. He was good to me. You know, he's to ride this big bicycle.
Well, hold on a minute. No, hold on a minute.
What did it?
Got something. Got something.
Hurricane or what?
Yeah, boy. I'm good now. I'm good.
All right.
We might be the producer telling me about this small accident here. And we fix it up, all right?
All right.
Nice.
Right. Yes.
But T was he had a lot to say. If you don't like a song, he would out the light. If you don't like a song in Spaniard, he would just out the light. Just see the light out, and everybody running for the bicycle, and they can't find the bike going in the dark. And they had remember this thing? The pipe.
Right. The sick. Right.
Running with this thing, all kind of thing falling down, and all kind of thing.
So wait there. He was dread. Take out the light. I don't like that, sir.
Nah, I don't like that one. Nobody like that. But we can do is he lights. It was light, but you take off the lights on you.
So
go ahead.
So that year with the water music, that was 19 69? 68?
68.
68.
Yes.
All right. And what other competition you arranged for after that in Trinidad?
Well, after 68 was 69. And
that was it.
I left in 69. No, I'll tell you, no, what the music was 66.
Okay.
67 was when I got about 5 years arranging in Invaders from 66 onward to 69. Um, After the water music, we did Sparrow Pay.
Okay.
I was an arranger then, and I was an arranger then, and my name is Cole. As a little boy, my name was calling them. My Earl La Pierre boy, yeah. Man. So I did Sparrow Pay.
Mm.
We went preliminaries. We come up first in preliminaries. That used to have north and south and east and all them kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Invaders was running 1-2, but because that's why we were North Bantu, right? And them
Yes.
time, I think, yeah, they were giving us a lot of in a one on one. I win or they win, 1-2. But the final night when Sam Gani come and said it was the champion steel man 1967, Shell Invaders. Please go on crazy. Everybody have me. Listen, no, they had me lifting up. They lift me up in the air. Lift me up in the air. Have me up in the air because we win. You know, they arrange and lift me up in the air. Next thing you know, they're bringing me back down slowly. I'm coming back down slow. So they put me down. So I'm going to say it was a mistake. So I'm going to say it was a mistake. I said, what the hell? And we were down by the panyard celebrating.
Wow.
We done down by the panyard, down by panyard and celebrating. And we get
Bacchanal in Woodbrook. New talk. Bacchanal.
Sangani says a mistake, but and Sangani came on by the yard that same night and apologized to the band. He said, guys, look the people they gave me first. Invaders. The Guinness Cavalier band was second and somebody else. I think Silver Stars or somebody was third. He said, look, this is the paper they gave me. George Gordon gave me this paper. I really read it out. But George Gordon and Ellie had a little rift going on because Ellie was fighting him for to be in the Steel Band Association. Ellie was getting him, wanted to be the leader of the Steel Band Association, and George didn't want to give it up. So George went up and said, hey, we don't want them to win. We don't want them to win. That was Sam saying.
What? Just so?
Just so. And change people one time. Give them different people. But then they come and say, become third. Eventually became third. So Guinness come first. I can't remember come second, but they give us a third place. And they give us best dress. We got best dress. You remember that? You ever hear that?
Shell.
Shell.
Yeah. The Shell.
The big Shell thing from?
Yeah. As a little fellas watching at home on TV.
Yeah, they give us best dress. So we had some good times and some bad times.
Right,
that was good
right.
times. The Sparrow Pay was good times. And then it come into 69 when I did 69 Juve 69 and I didn't finish it and the guy from the army you probably did, some guy from the army finished it.
Okay.
Some musician from the army that Buddy had no call. Elliot left in 69. And Elliot left in 69 or 68. One of those 3 years, yeah. He wasn't there.
So who you playing in the first Panorama in 63? Which band you played in?
Metronomes,
All
yeah.
right.
And you know something, in them days, most of the band that went to the very first Panorama didn't have no arrangements. All that verse and chorus and either they go on the jam and they go on the way.
Mm-hmm.
The only band that's come out with an arrangement was Panam Northside, but Dan is the man in the band. And everybody heckling them. Oh, look at the new play voice last spring. Oh, look at men heckling them, boy. And Tony walked from the front of the band. Listen to this. He walked from the front of the band to the end of the band. All right? Just walking through the band. So, yeah. And as he come back again to reach the front, before he reached the front, the band start. No count. No, just brum, 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 brum. I would never forget. He shut up everybody. He ain't count 1, 2, 3, 4 and start. No, he just walk down, walk up, and the band start. Like they practice that.
Wow.
And that band had a 3 change key, that tune of itself. And as the man had about 3 change. Nobody had no change key. Starlight really did a little introduction and thing for the song he did down there, or Philo James. One of them did a little intro, but it wasn't a big thing like Northside. Northside, boy, they were heavy to beat, man. They had it down.
They were ready.
Yeah, they were ready. Yeah.
See it.
I've never seen a band ready like that. When we play with them, when we park up next to them to play, men scared. They ain't play yet and we scared.
Wow.
Because when they come with power, arrangement, and tune.
Right.
They come with everything, yeah. Power, arrangement, and tune. No matter who play next to them, you used to panic.
Wow.
No, that was that kind of band.
So people, we here with players only pan a la carte with my special guest, my father, Earl La Pierre Sr. All right, we just going through the brief running of his history back in the 60s there. So we're going to move on to when he left and migrated to Toronto. So another chapter, Toronto.
Big
There we
chapter.
go. Yes,
When I
there
was
we
in
go.
Toronto had about two steel bands. A band named Abel, All Stars, and Silhouettes. Not Silhouettes, it's a band from the University of Toronto. I can't
Yes,
remember.
with Patrick Arnold and them.
And them, yeah, those two bands. And then they get this talk spread. Invaders arranger up here now, invaders arranger up here. So, and then I ended up with Elton John, Smokey. Elton John, Smokey, and Edward Peters was the tuner. And they wanted me to bring out a tenor pan from Invaders because the band had no tenor. They used to play the second pan as the tenor. They had no tenor. This band had Smokey had, it was named Toronto Symphony. I've never seen a Smokey band, Toronto Symphony. And I didn't bring the tenor pan up because I just want to get out of Trinidad. But I missed my flight the first time.
Wow.
I missed my flight. Yeah, I missed my flight. I missed my flight. And then the next day I got a flight. So I went out and up in Toronto and I was arranging for Smokey Band. And we were the first year Caribana. We were on Young Street. A lot of people don't know the bands used to go down Young Street. The whole Caribana was down Young Street. And we played well. And then after we went across the islands and we played over the islands. So we were a different sounding band to the other bands up there. And so happened that Leslie Williams, somebody you should know, Mr. Leslie Williams, that's Leslie's father, was
Senior,
playing in Abel. He was playing Abel All Stars. And when he heard us, he just left Abel that same time, same hour, same minute, left Abel and never went back. Never went back.
But Leslie's like an uncle to all the children.
Yes, but still, he left because the music was, I know how much that I hot. I was really hot, boy. Song after song, say a little prayer for you, Michael Jackson, this, all kind of thing, want you back. All kind of song was playing on the islands, but from the steel band. But normally, it's Yellow Bird used to be kicking it up there. Yellow Bird and Jamaica Farewell and a little Harry Belafonte song would have been played by some of the steel band. The band with Patrick Arnold was more progressive than the other band, the Abel All-Stars. But I did my thing. I did. I opened up the eyesight of most of the bands that started in them times. Abel kind of crashed. Toronto Symphony kind of crashed Abel. And the third year when Smokey had his band, I was still arranging for Smokey. The steel band competition was in Maple Leaf Garden. The competition, we didn't call it Panama. We had about 5 steel band or 4 steel band in Maple Leaf Garden trying to be the best steel band. I did Margie. I did, yes. And Pan had his own band. It was just scanty. It didn't have thousands of people, just 100 people. It was so much in Maple Leaf Garden for the steel band competition. It was a first. It was the very first, and it was nice, but it wasn't packed. It is no steel band knows how to catch up, knows how to pick up in Toronto, and from that, Harriet Tubman Survivor started, which is Ken Jeffers had a program going on, and I ended up teaching the youths. But before that, we had our own band called Impacts. After we finished with Smokey 3 years, I opened my own band called Impacts together with Ian Jones. Ian Jones, who was Tony Pierre. Tony Pierre was in that band. Tony was a soprano player. He was the only soprano player. I used to play melody on a second pan and Tony playing soprano pan in that band. That band had one tenor, one soprano. And we went through like that for about 2, 3 years or 4 years with just that. We had a nice little group going, and then after the band get bigger, we went to Impacts. Impacts was sponsored by Caribana. Caribana sponsors Impacts. Caribana Impacts was our name. We were doing fine. Then Harry Tubman started with the youths, and the youths had energy. Plus, they had a place to practice. You know, most of the steel bands in Toronto has always suffered these consequences with a place to practice. I think it's still and it's still going on.
Yes.
Since I was in Toronto in '69, a place to practice has always been a problem, getting a place to practice. And Ken Jeffers had this big building. He called it the Harriet Tubman Center for Youths. They had tennis, playing table tennis, they had dancing, they had poetry, they had all kind of arts and craft, plus steel band. Plus steel band. So I got the job to arrange, and that's where the pan changed the big band. The pan had changed the big band sound. And after that, most of the schools wanted to start steel band in the school, and Westview gave me the opportunity to start steel band. And I was up in the Jane and Finch area for about 9 years. Just pan. A lot of pan in Jane and Finch. Jane and Finch had at least about 5 steel bands. They had
Wow.
a steel band in the secondary school, in the primary school, and in the secondary, no, yes, in secondary school, the junior high, the primary school, and all the other schools in the area had steel band. It was a nice. That's how I would always give Jane and Finch the benefit of the doubt where pan is concerned in Toronto. That was pan area. Pan.
Right.
A lot of pan players came from Jane and Finch. And
Yes.
also, Jane and Finch had a bad reputation, But
When I was told so, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and when the players in the band were not a part of that reputation. The players in the band were kind of getting disciplined to they have something or treasure which is pan. They're playing pan and they wanna get clap and people welcoming them and people remembering them and stuff. So the pan players were really disciplined, and they were not a part of the gang related things at that time in the Gin and Finch area. In the Gin and Finch area, had a lot of little things going on. A lot of things. Everything was going on in that area, good and bad.
Right. So your band now, after you formed the Impacts and they started to teach down on the West End, what about your band? You form a band called Average. The Average Steel Band. TSB.
Average Steel Band came out of the Harriet Tubman when the guys are never getting too big now for being a youth band. So when I met Roy and these guys, Roy and them were very small, and when I met them, they were young. Elton, and all these guys, they were young teenagers, young people, 21 and 20. And now they reached to the age of 24, 25, they want working and they're doing different things. They want to have their own band. So we started with the Average Steel Band. At that point in time, it's not a matter of the average. There was a band that was dominating the aircraft, the airways with TAS, the TAS, no, it wasn't ASB, TA something B. And it was the initials, it was just initials. And we decided, TASB. But there was a band that was dominating the rock and roll and the Motown area with four TSB or TAW something. And we just followed suit and went to TSB, which was Trinidad Average Steel Band. We always try to, at that point in time, we always try to say Trinidad. We always put Trinidad inside of it. We never use the. We always Trinidad Average Steel Band.
Right.
And that Average Steel Band carry on.
But you had some sex with the some success with the Average. You all had you all did recordings and stuff.
Average Steel Band, yeah, we did. We did thing, and we wasn't going to do recording as Average. Because the man who heard us playing at the Sheridan Hotel, he said, "You guys have any albums?" No. He said, "What if I invest in that album for you guys?" We said, "Sure," and he did. So when the album was done now, then he himself said to us, nobody would buy an Average Steel Band record. Wait, what is this average? So you have to change that word average. And I know me who came from Corbin Advertising in Trinidad who don't know about drawing and artwork and different. And I watch a picture. When I watch a picture at about 2 o'clock in the morning, a guy named Don Lee. You know Jenny Lee?
Yeah, I met her. Yeah.
Lee brother, Don Lee. Of course, Don was a militant man. He liked militant thing. Militant thing was him, Ken Jeffers, Lloyd, and them guys. They were militant people. They were black power people. I said, Don, how you like this? All we have an afro, and we play Afro band. He said, "Go run it past Ken. You run it past Ken like, well, it's Afro. They like them kind of thing. Afro. They were into the black power thing and the African thing. They were into that kind of thing, and they did well. And that's how the average come with the Afro. The average changed from the A in the TA to the Afro band steel band. We try to keep Trinidad in there, but Trinidad was kind of complicated. When you get Trinidad Afro band, the kind of Afro and Trinidad, two different kind of things that cause a little kind of dispute too. But we still stick it. Some people say V, some people say Trinidad. I left it the way it was.
Okay. So why this success now? Let me go into the success Afro band.
It changed with the man the man who asked us to change his name. His name is Mr. Jacques Dussault. He's probably about 90. I went and looked for him last year when I went to Toronto. Last time I was in Toronto, he was a French translator in Toronto that used to translate French to English, English to French. He had a big business. He hired media to work at the Courier, and a guy named Larry, from Afropan, we used to carry mails all about the place, deliver mail by hand or by taxi or whatever. But he's still alive, and I always hail him up. His name is Jacques Dussault. Nice man. He just walked up to us, I want to buy a CD, I want to buy an album. None? He was the man for the Afro party. He instigated that. Yeah.
Wow.
So
enough respect.
What about you? You just asked me a question yesterday. What was it?
Well, so much questions coming while you're talking about the history about Afropan. Right, so you switch the names after you do that record, but during the average run, you had a big celebrity music playing. Isaac Haynes. Tell us about this Isaac Haynes.
That was Harriet Tubman. That was the Harriet Tubman thing. He came and visited us. He came and visited the Harriet Tubman area, the whole program, and everything coming. And this is Isaac Haynes visiting Toronto and so forth. So when Isaac Haynes coming in, we now learn Shaft. Shaft was one of the main songs that kicking in the movies all over the place. Shaft, and we have Shaft down there. We have Shaft down. We decided to play this for this man. This man was amazed to hear a steel band playing his own song, Shaft. So he said, something, I'm going to put you guys on my show tonight. Everybody just in the ragamuffin, everybody come practice the back. They come in, dress up this and dress up. He sent for your bus. The bus come and take everybody, show everything, the pan and the big bus, the big coaches, everything. And we go into the O'Keefe Center to play. The O'Keefe Center said, but these guys are not in the union. They're not allowed to be in our campus. They're not allowed here to play because they're not in the Toronto Music Association. He said, I want this band to play Shaft tonight for the public to hear a steel band playing my song, Shaft. So they okay that. But you have to pay a fine.
Right.
And we played Shaft. Everybody's in the street clothes. Yeah, we played Shaft. That was glad you remind me about that was something else. Oh my gosh, Isaac Haynes and Shaft. But we were just dressed for practice, not knowing that we know he is coming, but we didn't know he was going to take us to the show. There's the show that night.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
I even gave him a double second. He just made it.
Right.
Give him a second hand, and he's going to put it to use. I never heard him put it to use though, but he was so happy. And there was a Trinidad guy in his band. The guitarist in Isaac Haynes' band was a Trinidadian.
Okay.
Yeah, the guitar man in that band was a Trinidad. And he could play. He was a Trinidadian.
All right. So tell us now about the success of Afropan. You have some runs there. You was the most winningest arranger in the world internationally.
Let me tell you this, that's a serious thing. That's a serious topic. Some of it I know, some of it I remember, because it's not that it happened yesterday, it's happened a long time ago. All I know were the wins. But the wins with Afropan is 32 wins. Earl La Pierre won. Earl La Pierre won 32 wins. So I won with Smoky Band, and I won with Toronto Symphony, the Toronto Symphony Smoky Band, and also Impacts. So those
Okay.
four, or the rest was the 28 is with Afropan, and the other 20, yeah, the other four is with like Smoky Band, we have 1, 2, and Impacts 1, 2. So me personally, I have won 32, and I know it's
Okay.
28 wins with Afropan, something like 15 seconds, and three thirds, and 1/5. That's what I know about my wins in Afropan. I mean, the one tell me what they did. He said, I catch you, up to him. I really don't know if he did. He said, I catching you, I'm catching you. I don't know. What you did when he said it? I
Nah, I
stopped,
can't remember. I
I
can't remember.
stopped the
At the
field
show?
for
You see it at the
something.
show?
Yeah, and sometimes he said, Mr. La Pierre, catch you now, I'll catch you with wins. Joking about them. I catch you, I catch you, I catch you. Right? Catch me. But you know something? It's his thing now. This is his time, and I give him all the credit. He's doing fine.
Yeah, but back to you on these wins. You
Yeah.
had a run about 8 or 9 of them straight. You had a back to
We had we had um we had a 7 straight and we had a 10 straight.
a 7 and a 10 straight.
Yes. And we had
Wow.
threes and twos. We never lost like recently we have started losing here, but we have never lost like back to back, like win and lose again. In those early days, it was a win, 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 lose. Win. It was never like lose, win, lose, 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 lose. But the
Right.
new arrangers that have coming up now, they're doing their homework and they're doing things that I have no problem with a guy beating me. I mean, I'm not a judge. I know most times, sometimes I feel I win, and the judges might see it differently. But in fact, that's where I see it most times with Afropan. But when Afropan go to perform, or Afropan performing for a competition, is a different Afropan you'll be hearing in the competition that we'll be hearing on Jefferson. Jefferson is like we practicing and we just practicing, but when it comes to performing, Afropan players always, and I would say that always, I use that word again, always step up to the plate. And now that we have this the kind of membership that we have internationally, where we have the Cayman people coming up, and we have people from Detroit coming to join the band, and the people coming in the band has developed into an international kind of institute now where we look forward to the people that come to join our band because they come. I see people come from England right now. Right now, we have about 4 people in England that coming down to play with us. This year, 2020, if things didn't happen the way it happened with the virus and all that, we might have a big steel band. We had one of the biggest steel bands because coming up from my end was 48 players. I don't know what was coming from England or what was coming in internationally, but I had 48 people registered to come and got hotels and everything ready for these people, and then the virus came and that was it. That was the end of that.
That's the end of that.
That was the end of that.
Well,
The
well, we
virus.
hope we get it back together soon because oh my God, is plenty living has just come to just die. Plenty living, is like the summer.
How do you
The,
feel? You feel a lot of the panting has died. Seriously,
what's
you feel a lot of the pan players or pan bands have just folded because of the virus.
well, I was in Trinidad last week and I passed by phase 2, heard them practicing. Right. I don't know about the rest of the bands. Renegades, they don't practice on Charlotte Street. They have a rehearsal hall, songproof, right on the other side, right in the harp side. So I guess they have sessions going on too. I cannot say, but a lot of things has shut down in Trinidad. A lot of things.
So you
A
you
lot
were
of
saying
things.
most of the big bands with sponsors have going ahead still. The smaller band might
Yes, I want to believe the bigger bands are still trying to hold it down.
okay.
All right. I was told that Phase Two is preparing for a virtual Christmas concert. So
What?
I don't. Yes, I don't know who else is in. That's in the grapevine, right?
Okay.
So you hear it first on Players Only.
Yeah, all right, I hear this first. Something and true Wayne is trying to keep me up to and also from Toronto, Andy Phillips, he get his
Andy.
Andy's keep me
Yeah.
informed with what is going on in Trinidad and stuff like that.
But it's hard down here. It's
Let me tell
hard.
you something. I miss it so much. Because that's all I do.
Yes.
That for Carnival, go to Toronto. That's all I've been doing all my life.
Yes.
I
My
didn't
movements, yes, the movements of travel for the past 3 decades for me has just come to a ground. So
But you seem to be picking up the slack right now with a lot of things that you've been doing online and the
well,
shows that you're doing to keeping the
I'm
party.
grateful. I'm
You know,
thankful for
you know
this
what I'm
platform.
thankful to? I don't know if you I sorry to cut you up there. Go ahead.
No, when you're talking about doing things on the platform, is like this giving me strength, and I sure it doing the same for Jimmy and Earl, right? Giving us strength because we gotta keep our chop sharp. We gotta keep your form. You must keep your form. It's like the Lakers when COVID
Yes,
shut them down.
please,
LeBron continued training.
please.
Yeah, you understand? Please, again, hear that. LeBron continue training. So there's my opportunity to keep training
I
and
like that.
connecting with the world. All right. It's very difficult performing in a room. It's just you alone, and you have to create the energy and the mood to reach out there. But I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for the support. We're getting good support, and you know, it's just the diverse. We are the diverse with the time.
The only thing about my situation is that I find myself in a country which is the Cayman Islands where I've created pan here, I brought pan here, and I founded 11 steel bands in here. I developed 11 steel bands in the Cayman Islands, and I'm busy. I'm busy with the pan, and I'm always doing pan. If I'm not doing home, hardly at home, but if I'm not doing it at home, I'm in a school, and some school, all the schools are doing, and all the schools are doing. But in Cayman, I find pan just take over Cayman, especially the girls. The women have taken over pan in Cayman. Yeah. The guys are playing pan, but let's say in the college steel band is 28. Out of that 28 steel players, four is guys. Four. All is girls. And good
But
women.
it's the same thing down in Trinidad here is the women taking the craft over. Right? They're applying themselves differently to it and they're seeing beyond. So you have to credit the woman. There's nothing wrong with it. Pan wasn't a woman world, it wasn't supposed to be a woman world, but they're taking advantage of the opportunities, and basically that is the discipline in school and all. The woman is applying herself in the classroom more than the men, the boys. So
Very true.
so you gotta look at
Because
that.
I even see the woman tuning pan and all that now.
Yes.
Women trying to tune pan or trying, but they learn how
Yes.
to tune pan.
Yes.
Which is a good thing. I wish in our time we ain't gonna pong no pan. We ain't gonna pong
Yeah.
no
I
woman.
tried.
No.
I tried, but tuners, people, that tuners is for people, certain type of people, right? The tuning was affecting my playing. Strange, because your muscles, your wrist getting stronger, your hands getting stronger. You understand? When it's time to play the piano, you're putting a different pressure on your notes. So I was into playing. I wanted to play. I didn't want to make. So I give it up for that reason. But anyway, back to the interview here. We're moving on. We talk about Afropan and thing. We in Cayman here now. So you're forming 11 bands, right? You all had competitions. You all have school competitions and stuff in Cayman. Give us a little insight about these
Most of
competitions.
the competition is they developed most of the bands, there's only two big bands they had in Cayman that's not a school band, with my band Panoramas and Michael Lemay had his band called Pandemics. So that pandemic Pando or some Pandominium or something like that, yeah. And Pan and Rhythm. He changed the name to Pan and Rhythm now. It's me and Michael. And Michael came from my band and he have learned a lot. And Michael is one of them kind of pan players. So pan men who like working hard. He's a hard worker in the sense of he like to clean his pants. He might like to see pants looking nice. He's just a hard working guy. Yeah, and I wish him all the best in what he doing. Now I see he's driving he have school buses and stuff like that, so he's probably doing well. But
Okay.
myself is the only one who have take it to a different level where we used to play classics. We end up playing classics in our like we brought Bogsy Sharp up one year. I brought him up to enjoy or to play some songs on in our national music festival. We brought down Batson as a judge, and we brought Bogsy Sharp as a guest player to show the band players a different style of playing or take a different band player. And that worked fine. That was really, really nice. Bugsy did what he's supposed to do, or he normally do. I wouldn't say he's show off. He's not a show enough person. He just naturally could do what he do. So we brought Bugsy in. He did that, and Dawn Batson was kind of surprised to know when she saw all the bands line up. She said, "Every school own their own bands." That's why I said yes. She was shocked to see that every school owned their own bands. She said that happened in Trinidad. That's what she said. Bands is broke
Correct.
from bands is going all sides. Yeah, band might go by Desperate, might go by Renegade.
Correct.
That's it,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
She was amazed to see that every school
It have
owned
some
bands.
schools, have some colleges have their own instruments. It have one in particular, St. Francois girls. They have
Uh-huh.
their own pans and stands, right? Right. It have some bands have their own have make sure and have all their own equipment. But it's the prestige schools,
Okay.
all right? The prestige schools have all the equipment. That's just how it is. Because the prestige schools will raise more money to acquire equipment. The lower prestige schools, lower government institutions is a problem. And when they get it, they ain't getting everything. They gain some, they still have to borrow some, all kind of problems.
Why is
But
that? Why is that not? Are they don't like they don't have enough money
the
or
instrument is too political. The instrument is too, this is my view, people who is watching and enjoying this program, this is my view. I think we use too much politics with the instrument. It is too heavy political guiding. All right. The instrument supposed to be the national instrument of Trinidad, right? It is just viewed as an instrument. Right? The people who plays the instrument don't get the credit or don't get the funds to support them or support the instrument to uplift it. So there are plenty deficiencies in the whole network where the instrument is concerned in Trinidad.
so
I'm
could
saying
they?
that because I've been doing it professionally for a long time, so you know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right here in Trinidad, I've been plying my trade, so I haven't seen anything for me to say anything else different, right? Because it's long overdue. Because when they put it in the school, the government school, one institution or one religion kick brass. I don't want no pan in the
Really?
school. So yes, it went from one extreme to the other. And if you had to put pan in the school, you had to put this instrument, you had to put that instrument, and all kind of thing. It have pan men teaching to play sitar. I never play a sitar, but just to get the job. But anyways, let me go for that political thing. We time moving, we time moving. There's so much thing to talk about.
You know, me as a teacher, I'd like to know this thing. Whatever you telling me, I could pass it on to the students. Tell me this. So, who is running there? The tuning of them youths who are tuning piano, the boys and girls who are tuning piano. Where is that coming from? I
The
don't have a all
tuning.
I do see them
It
Facebook.
have
I
it
don't watch
have
them.
MIC. It have this company MIC.
When you say MIC, what's
I
MIC?
just don't want. I trying to get the name. I
Okay.
trying to get the name. I'll tell you right now. It's up. It does do with engineering and different things. They have a
Okay.
PAN program there, building and with the development of building and construction. PAN. So Panam, you know Panam. He is
Yes,
the
no,
person
sir.
behind that program
Yes.
running up
All
at
right.
the MIC there.
I
All
see
right.
this guy, Andy's doing I find Andy's doing a real nice job. Andy is giving a lot of information out to a lot of people, and he's doing a good job in the line of info.
Who Andy is speaking about?
Andy Neils.
Oh, okay.
I
Yes.
find, yeah, yeah. I just see a lot of things coming from his program that I could just pass on to my school children.
See.
I have
All
them
right.
at light, yes.
All
But
right. So let me move on here, Earl. I want to get in some more information, get
like
some
what?
information from you before time up. All right. So we hit Toronto, we hit Cayman, we hit Panamas, we hit your band, right? But you had a stint in Trinidad with Hammonites. Let
You
me
know,
talk a little bit about that.
you know,
You
so like
can't get away from that.
I I just listen to some of the work that I have done in Hammonites. All right. When I first started off in Hammonites, when I first started with I Want You Back, I went, that's the first thing I Want You Back, that song. And I had to come back to Cayman and you took over as the whatever you took over the drill master, putting a little piece here and putting a little piece here. From that, from that, I realized Harmonize could learn. I mean, they have the ability to learn. Because at that point in time, when I went in that band, they were not doing anything. When they brought me in the band, they were not doing anything professional, like constructive then. When we did Want You Back and you did drill them with the crescendos and different things in the band there. I just still listen to them down in the no, I don't know if you have do you
Man,
have those recordings?
man, that was an experience that you put me on the spot.
No, I didn't bring any.
Right.
There's a lot of places
Granny was encouraging. Say, well, how can go and touch the man music? I'm not supposed to touch the man music. The man put on his music. How I can go and touch his music? I go in and drill. All right. Skull, the sea skull, may he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The man come out from nowhere. I don't know where he appear from. He just appear in the area. We tell him about. Use the man's son. Anybody had to touch the tune as you. So I watch it like he's a man. Oh, there's the man music. And is that? So he said he had to do something. He had to do something. So that bear
What's he
fruit.
talking about
Whatever
now?
was done, it was accepted. And I used the energy of the players. They had good players in the band, right?
Really?
And they just needed guidance. They just needed some
Yeah.
guidance and somebody to show that I care, right? And it bear fruit, right? It bear fruit. So I thanks for putting me on the spot, but it bear fruit.
I understand the situation with the harmonized and you and with Skull. Skull said to me, look I went 21st century and I thought I win that thing with time to say goodbye. I felt like I win it. The audience felt like I win it. And but even what's his push at his name, he came to me and said, Earl, you beat me, you know. Just like that. He come first and he come to me and said, Earl, you beat me. Just like that. He did a Phantom of the Opera and I did Time to Say Goodbye. Because when my introduction finished, they kind of rose, the people rose up this time and they just clapping more in my intro. I said,
Right.
fine. That was and that night when I went back to the pioneer, they said Skull approached me the same way. He said, let me tell you something. Yeah, I don't know him at all. I don't know who is this man. That night I know who is Skull. He said, let me tell you something, you're arranging good enough. But I want you to sound like Earl Rodney. So I said, well, why do you sound like Earl Rodney? Earl Rodney is he's a legend. I cannot sound. But you want the band to sound like Earl Rodney, you would have to go back and like
Yes.
Earl Rodney. I can't do it. I come out of a West. I grew up in the West, so I have West influence on me. My music was sound Westy than Earl Rodney music. He said, no, I want to sound like Earl Rodney. That's what I can't do it. Can't do it. Couldn't do it. But I had a good, you know something? I had a good run in Harmonize. I think I probably won the most things in Harmonize. I didn't win no Panorama, but I get People's Choice in Panorama. I get People's Choice with Colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get Colors. Bugs had a song called Sylvie Breakaway. I came fifth for somewhere there. Um, but I had a good run. And most of all, you see the bomb competition thing. My bag, when it comes to bomb, I always have a bomb till I go downtown. My bomb,
Right, right.
well, I used to, I look come first, second, third, somewhere inside the Harmonize come in. But we used to do a lot. We got my renegades. We live down there. We go down Highfield Avenue. We do something down there. We go down Federal Street. We go down Marine Square. We used to do all them bump.
So here, so right now, Hammonites in a dilemma. What you could advise? What you think with your experience that you did with them, spend with them, and you see them for the past 5 years struggling? What it is has to happen with Hammonites to come back?
Well, I talked to our friend Crystal about it after last week, or 2 weeks. Yeah, last week I talked to her about it. I said, "How come you're not in Harmonites anymore?" She said, "That's different story. I don't want to get him mixed up in that. I don't want to talk about that." She is a Harmonite. I know Crystal is a Harmonite.
Yeah, she's a Hammonites.
She don't want to move out of that at all.
Yes.
I when I was there, I was teaching the kids not only just to play pan or learn a song, but teaching them kind of like runs or chromatics and different things and telling them what it is. Nobody does that. Everybody want to go and show them a song. They have to learn what the notes are. The alto pan has a whole tone. This is a whole tone chords, and this is a whole tone notes on this side. Let them know this. They may even know what's a whole tone. They didn't even know what was a crescendo. They didn't, youths I was dealing with there didn't even know these things, and they didn't like me for that. But I said, not just teach them song, I said teach them about the pan. And I was coming from the West. I used to play pan with authority. I used to play. I was a hitter then. I could have hit, and I'm not hitting the mashup. I hit it so that the whole band could hear, because the band was spread out all over the place, so they could hear when I play, they hear what they're supposed to play. But I consider myself a hitter in Harmonize because I used to play with discipline, and I used to play with authority because I know how to play. But they were now learning that when they started to make changes. You don't make changes like that. You don't expect to win Panorama first year, second year, third year. You have to get your original chance.
You had to build a voice.
I see Exodus went through with Pelham right through, right until up to the end. You have to get the man a personal chance, because I know something, and you probably realize it too, that they were learning. They were doing fine. They were doing fine under my whatever. They were doing fine. I see what is why they did Bishop. Yeah. Bishop was nice, but that's a Bugsy Sharp thing. You don't mess around with Bugsy Sharp music like that. I find they played well, but you can't compete that Bishop with Bugsy Bishop. You get licks.
Yeah. Well, anyways, see now.
What? I find you going.
With Harmonize, with Harmonize here.
Why you leave me? All right.
The Harmonize, with the Harmonize thing. Right? I think it's the environment of the area. It is split. The personalities are split. Right? Like Caledonia, 1 and 2. Mover. What part of Mover? Barataria. Right? Up Malik. The players, that whole stretch there, it had no band, Right? Had no band. Right? Because it had too much split identities and personalities and boundaries and these things, right? And elders, right? Not letting the band breathe, right? They cannot control the band. So I think the band just run away on foot.
I had a good control in the band. I used to do a little thing.
Back then, but it changed.
Would you do that band, Noel? If you had the opportunity to do it?
My last experience, I really put enough in it, and pain came back. Pain. It was saddened because, it's like it was not going to work. Not when you're trying to build something. All right. But anyways, we're moving on. I want to give the youth, the young players of Trinidad and Tobago, some you teach, some you ain't teach, all the international ones in Cayman and Toronto, words of encouragement to do the best behind the instrument. What is your words you could give them? Your inspiration.
I'll tell you my words. I'll tell you, you always tell me about LeBron. So LeBron, I admire him for what he is saying. I have learned so much from him. But what he be talking about, but trying to put the basketball thing towards the pan. Because he just be saying some things. Oh my God, this guy, he's a bright man.
Correct.
He's bright.
Correct.
Many things he did be talking about. I said, why you can't have somebody like that? boy. There's
If it
nobody
just put some in pan, just put some in your practicing daily routine. That's the discipline.
have the discipline and the practice. You have to practice. You deal with his mind. You see the brain. The brain is the action. You have to practice. When I talk about practice,
Yes.
like a man doesn't want to show the next man a song. If this man showing this man this song, he practicing at the same time. You understand? Hey, if I show you this,
People don't understand that. The more you show, the more you practice.
yes, that's what. And but no, there's a lot of things I'd like to say about that whole thing. But every country, like in Trinidad, like I was in phase two. I spent so much time in phase, like what, 26 years. I spent a long time in
Yeah.
phase two. And hear this. A man, there was a song that Bosie used a high F sharp, the high F sharp, F sharp. Some parts have F, some have F sharp. And he used a high F sharp in a certain solo. And I asked this man, I said, that's a high F sharp? He said, but me, they just show me that note. That was the workshop. And this man could really play. But he don't have a clue. That was an F sharp. He said, boy, me, boy, they just show me that note. I said, oh my God.
Wow.
I just have a little problem with trying to tell people in Trinidad or friends who play pan about certain. Look, I would never say, I wouldn't say I wouldn't, but I haven't used that word in years. Tenor pan. I haven't used that word in a long. I find that's a soprano pan. Because when I was teaching at the University of Toronto, and the man, she said, oh, you could call this pan a tenor pan. He said, you talking about cello range? That's not a cello. And he showed me that. And I always would believe that he was right. A soprano pan is these pans.
Yes. Correct.
And when I
As you
go on the,
touching the pan, wait. As you touch the pan, before we move on, give me a little thing now, man. You know they
like
call me
what?
hooligan.
Okay,
Give me a
what?
little thing now, man. Give me a little thing now, man. Give me a Kobo special, a Kobo Jack special. Give me a Kobo Jack special.
I
Give
could
me a
just
little
like,
thing, Diddy.
yeah, one of the baddest solos that I learned.
Yeah, give me that solo. Give me that
Okay.
solo. Let me hear that solo.
No, tell me something. You agree with me with the soprano pan business?
Yes, because I learned it through Terry. It is a voice. So
Oh.
you had to use soprano. Right? It's just that we had the traditional name, our traditional name.
I play like Cobra Jack thing, eh?
Yes. Yes, this one is for Andy. Yes.
Emmanuel,
Yes.
I really think that. I would never forget that. I would never forget that.
Hobo Jack.
Yes, boy.
Yes.
So
Yes, yes,
now,
yes. When I met him downstairs moods in New York.
in
Yes.
Brooklyn.
All he doing is smiling, smiling. We didn't get into talk and thing, and I didn't let him know who I didn't introduce myself proper.
You don't know who you were?
I did that time when I meet him. I don't know if them guys didn't mention it, but I didn't
But,
mention anything.
but were you up
Right.
there with Phase 2 or were you up there on your own?
I was there both phase two. We started off
Okay.
with phase two, yeah. All right, but anyway, we're moving on. So here now, you get we serenade. We tell me about the beginning. You tell me about in between, Afropan, impacts. You talk about metronomes. Let me talk about the little broadcasting thing now before we go now. You like the broadcasting thing on
You know,
Waka
for
what?
me, I love it, you know, because I seen the La Pierre name popping up. Oh, boy, I see La Pierre all the time, all the time. But 3 and 4 times on one line, some and one thing. La Pierre, La Pierre. I said, wow, these guys, you guys are doing fine. You know,
All
this,
right,
this
all
whole
right,
thing
all
I'm doing
right.
here now, what I'm
Yes.
doing, with you guys, this is
Yeah.
about the third time I'm doing an interview or something online, and I know you guys have this down to science, man. You have
We
it
do
down
my
to
best. We do my best. It's like anything, as LeBron say, lock in. We had to lock in and we had
you
to
have to
try to
lock
build
in. You
off
have
it.
to lock in.
All right,
If I didn't,
but
if
I
I
want
didn't,
you to tell me
I
before
want
we
to have
go.
things. I want to
All
have
right,
all the
all right,
things. If I didn't lock in, I lock right in. All over my house is an issue of fields.
right. But here
Yeah.
what going on now.
Tell me. Tell
All
me.
right. You
Yes.
did move to Cayman. We didn't touch
Mhm.
that. When did it leave Toronto? What year did it leave Toronto and move Cayman?
What? Yes. 86.
86. And
86.
you start off teaching down there. You start a
No,
family.
we didn't start off teaching. I didn't start off right away. What really happened is I went up there with Earl Wong and these guys and Mike Rothstein. They took me to the Piracy Carnival, whatever they have for 10 days. Is that something they have for 10 days called Piracy Festival? They took me for that. But while I was there on a plane, and I played soprano pan, and Earl Wong playing second pan, people coming and checking the pans. They only checking, what is that? They didn't have a clue. Came in and have no pan until I get it.
Wow.
None. They didn't have. So I decided, I'm there for such a little while, I am going to go into the schools and do a workshop. So I got in touch with education. They said, sure. So I went into the high school, I went into about 6 schools while I was there and just do a workshop every morning and see the interest of the students and bring them up on stage and let them try the pan and that kind of thing. So it worked fine for me. It was really, really nice.
Nice.
So when I was ready to leave, now we were leaving, we shopping downtown and we buying the souvenirs to take back to Toronto. I got this call from from one of the principals. He said, Mr. Lappe, we would like you to stay. We would like you to teach our band. I said, wow. He said, not only me, the tourism department would like you to come back and be a part of tourism here. So, and we would look after everything, all the details, the papers, the whatever they look after, and they brought me back up I was teaching at the University of Toronto at that time. And when I went home, when I looked down in the plane, Noel, it was November time. I looked down out of the plane, I looked down, it's white, only white, you just leave this nice old shadow. That made up my mind immediately. I just
Right.
retired. I gave up at the school in Toronto. I didn't want to, but I had to. And I talked to some of the members in the band. I said, guy, I got the opportunity to go Cayman. Earl Wong was the main person I talked to. But he took me to the Cayman and Tom Sosa. And
Right.
I said, I need somebody to run the band for me so forth. And he said, well, why don't you get Tom to do something for you? Tom, would you do this? And Tom agreed right away. And so I was happy to know that somebody was looking after things for me in Toronto while I'm in Cayman. So it worked smooth. It was working smooth. But Noel, if you had seen how Toronto was looking when I just came from the Caribbean with that nice blue ocean water, it made up my mind immediately.
All
So I
right. So those guys that went down there, some of those guys were from the trade winds or something. So you hook up with the trade wind guys down there.
no, it was the Tradewinds owner, Dave Martin, who had sent for us.
Oh, okay.
He had sent for Mike, Earl Wong, these guys, Tazzy Lincoln, Waldron, and these guys, and we all get together and we come like, well, we have a good time. We were playing. Nobody didn't know what a steel drum was. They didn't have a clue.
Nice.
Didn't have
And
a
I come at you fast and furious here.
why?
So what when this I want to make clear this one man band performances. So when you did start doing your one
You know
man
something?
soloing,
Thanks for bringing that up. You always jump on me on that. No, when I came to Cayman and it's a tourist island, and nobody could play what I play, I started to do what do you call it on a box? The rhythm on a box, rhythm track and box and things.
yes.
I started doing the rhythm just that alone. So, and I called Earl. I said, Earl, this is what I do. He said, boy, you really brave to do that. Boy. I said, yeah. I said, it's only me alone. Nobody could play what I playing. Nobody know the kind of songs that I played. But I came from Toronto with the songs that they were playing down in Cayman were all kind of different kind of songs. So I said, I want to try that. And I tried the one man thing with the box, just a rhythm machine. Then after I start checking out the calypsos, most of the calypso like Sparrow Kitchen, they had what they call it,
Instrumentals.
you know,
Instrumentals.
this is called a mix, something
Disco, the mix.
club mix.
Club mix, yes.
They call it, yes, boy. I said, wow, yes, I could jump on that. I start
You used to
jumping
come down here, you used to come Trinidad and buy all the club mix record.
yeah, on cassette. And put them
Yeah.
on cassette. Then this
Yeah.
cassette was the thing. Because I think it's cassette I introduced you to. When you
Yes.
came up, it was cassette we were doing. No, you know something, Noel? All them guys, everybody doing what you spread that in Trinidad, you know. You spread that in Trinidad. You spread this one
Yes.
man band in Trinidad.
Yes,
And you know,
yes, yes.
anybody don't
Yes,
tell you
yes.
thanks to it. Anybody tell you
No,
thanks?
no. Man come for tracks, man come for kind of thing. Man never say thanks, man. Do everything. Do
Because I know
everything.
when you went back up there, you had your thing down to you used to even write all the things on the cassette so that you know
Yes,
it's
yes,
on and
yes,
on. Boy,
yes.
we had it down,
Yeah.
we had that down. Not
And that was
knowing.
somewhere wrong like when? 90, 94, 95, 93, somewhere in the
It's
90s.
probably 95. It's probably
Yeah,
94.
95.
You're right,
Yeah.
Noel. It's about 94, 95. And you know something? We restarted that.
Yes.
Nobody wouldn't believe that, you know. You know,
No,
somebody
nobody would, and all the, and I see all this. They cannot even go back to cassette. They cannot go back to cassette. And after cassette, it was mini disc. After mini disc, it was CD. Until we reached to this digital stage, we went through all stages of
all the
development.
stages
Yeah,
for one man to do a one
for
man
one
show.
man. Yes, to do a
Yeah,
one
to
man
make it
show.
sound and to make it
Yes.
sound nice too. Because every time we move on to something else, it's a different flavor we were getting. We were
Yeah.
getting better
You
sound
know,
and quality.
and I getting kicks because I remember when I started, Real Man said I would never work. La Pierre mashing up the thing. You understand? My arranger, we don't study what you doing. I go mash up that angle, and is everybody doing it now? They're doing competitions with it now. You know, it's after one time, it's two times. So I want to pass on this compliment. This came from a friend of yours and a friend of mine. He said, "Hey, the La Pierre's trending." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "All are trendsetters, all right? And we have been doing this for a while. So I just want to let you know that heads up, all right? Let the world know." Right, it's very
I hope they
important.
understand. I hope they understand that this is a La Pierre thing. And we don't go there boasting that I sure we don't go there boasting. But I know where
It's
it
not
comes from.
boasting.
And
Yeah,
you know
bring
too.
up plenty of
One thing
them.
I know, you know, because when you were playing at Woodbrook
Woodford Cafe.
Woodford Cafe, and Facey was moving the stands.
Yeah,
Facey
you
was
remember?
moving the band for Carnival, and you say, "Sharp, I have a job to do," you know. So he said, "Look, go on." He said, "I carry on like."
Yes, yes. I'm glad you mentioned that. Correct.
Like the Sharp said, "Go on."
Yeah, Vex,
All
Vex,
right, have a good
Vex.
one. Have a good, tell him, man, have a good
Yeah,
one. And any of my students having a gig, I just said, "Hey, have a good one, guy. Play nice, play nice."
yeah,
Because the party is pushing. I tell them
yeah,
play
man.
nice. I don't buff them up and all them things, but they got job. And I can, you know something, Noel? I will never forget that.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
will never.
man.
You
You
went
don't
out when you had to do
understand.
your. I see you went out when you had to do your share to help move your pine. But sharp, I
Yeah,
did what I was supposed to do. I'm gonna have to do a like so.
yeah,
But what the hell is
yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I never
Yes,
forget that.
yes. But anyways, thank you again, Senior. All right, welcome, people. We have Earl La Pierre here in the house. All
So now
right.
you gotta say something, you know?
Who, me? No,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Okay,
no,
good.
no. Nah. I heard the interview is. I heard the interview. All
My
right.
children, my play something.
Nah, nah. You will get my show you will get my show tomorrow. All right. Anyways,
All
you know
right.
what's going on, people? Earl La Pierre celebrating his birthday. We want to say, may God continue to bless him. All right, guide him, protect him. All right, may his work continue to excel. All right, may each and the students continue to grow. As been during this pandemic, I want to continue to bless you. You out there by yourself. All right, take care. All right, take care. Thanks for coming on the program. Thanks for coming on the
Thanks for
program. And
inviting me too, man. Thanks for the invite, man. Because
yeah, man.
that's the
Right, we
first
talk. I just want to know what's the number one pan program you watching?
players only, boy. Players only.
All right, all right, all
Players only.
right.
On Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays,
On
on Wednesdays.
From 12,
Hear
right?
that, people. Players only on
From
Pan
12.
a la carte, Wednesdays. Earl, happy
Right.
birthday. Enjoy, man. God
Thank
bless.
you.
All right?
People,
Yeah.
good night. Thank you. Noel.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
All right.
bless.
Nice.
Don't go nowhere. We're going. Sit down there. Don't move. So, people, this is Pan a la carte Players Only with yours truly, Noel La Pierre. All right, our special guest today was Earl La Pierre Sr. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget tomorrow, Pan a la carte with my entertainment from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Also on Sundays, Sons to See Sundays. All right, where you get all the soul food music, all the inspirational music. All right, check us out. And then we streaming live on the YouTube channel. All right, you could get a Sons of Steel, ONE, at YouTube, Pangrove Production, YouTube. Also, noellapierre.com for all information. Let's keep in contact. Please like and subscribe so you can always get your notifications. Until, God bless. This is Players Only out of here.